King Charles to pause cancer treatment as Meghan Markle debuts, surprise new look. King Charles is to temporarily pause his cancer treatment while taking part in a high-profile overseas visit after getting the go-ahead from doctors, according to reports. The monarch, 75, who will make the 9-day visit with Queen Camilla, was first diagnosed with an undisclosed form of cancer earlier this year after a routine procedure to treat an enlarged prostate. It is understood that the monarch will continue his treatment upon his return from Australia and Samoa, following 11 days of travelling. His doctor will accompany him on what is the most significant overseas tour he has made since the diagnosis. Planned engagements for the trip include a visit to the Australian War Memorial, and a fleet review of the Royal Australian Navy at Sydney Harbour. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Meanwhile, the Duchess of Sussex, 43, has debuted a new look during a surprise appearance at a children's hospital in Los Angeles over the weekend. Meghan, 43, stepped out at the Children's Hospital Los Angeles 2024 gala on Saturday, the 3rd of October, in a red dress she previously wore to the New York Salute to Freedom Gala in 2021. She paired the dress with a never-before-seen beach waves hairstyle typically achieved by letting hair dry into its natural curls. Charles has long campaigned on environmental issues but will be absent from the United Nations gathering being held in the oil-rich state from November 11 to 22. The head of state has been receiving treatment for an undisclosed form of cancer since early in the year, and the Global Climate Change Conference will begin just over 2 weeks after the King and Queen Camilla's long-haul trip to Australia and Samoa ends. Charles missed COP27 in 2022, the first climate change summit of his reign, after a unanimous agreement was reached that the King should not attend the gathering in Egypt after advice was sought by his office from Liz Truss's government. But the following year the head of state delivered an address on the opening day of COP28 in Dubai, warning delegates that the world remains dreadfully far off track in key climate targets and called for meaningful change. The Duchess of Sussex made a surprise solo appearance at the Children's Hospital Los Angeles 2024 gala on Saturday, the 3rd of October. Meghan, 43, wore a red dress on the solo visit, and is said to have spoken to everyone who stopped her at the high-profile event attended by other big names, including Jamie Lee Curtis. Praising the work of the hospital, she said, "Oh my goodness, the work they do at Children's Hospital LA is otherworldly. I think from my standpoint as a mother, no one wants to be in a position where you need to go to a place like this, but if you have to, the best place in the world you could go would be Children's Hospital LA." She also revealed that the hospital was assisting some of her close friends from high school. The palace has revealed the latest work that has been done in Buckingham Palace's extensive resurfacing program. The refurbishment is expected to cost £369 million and began 5 years ago. In a clip shared to social media, the palace offered a glimpse into the replacement of 3.5 kilometers of electric cabling, which had previously not been updated since the 1950s. It wrote on X, "The resurfacing program has been continuing work in the basement of Buckingham Palace, replacing old electrical cabling under the floors and throughout the historic building." The Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh have sailed through the harbour in Malta before throwing a wreath and posy into the sea to commemorate British and Maltese lives lost during the Second World War. On the second day of their trip to the island nation, Edward and Sophie boarded a military ship and sailed through Valletta Harbour, where they were treated to dramatic views of the capital's yellow limestone buildings. Accompanied by the armed forces of Malta, the Duke threw a wreath and the Duchess a posy of flowers into the water before a gun salute sounded from one of the city's high points. A town built to King Charles's specifications of an idealized community, is suffering from a serious waste collection problem. Residents of Poundbury, Dorset, which is built on Duchy of Cornwall land, have now spoken out in a bid to solve the problem, appealing to the King directly. One local told the Telegraph, "There are rats everywhere and the smell is awful. No one seems to be bothered." A second said that the king would be horrified and compared the development, which is due to be completed in 2026, to a third world country. Explaining the root of the problem, a third added, "The number of bins is not sufficient, there needs to be a second refuse and recycling point. It's carnage around Christmas with rubbish everywhere." King Charles has been named as the new patron of the National Federation of Young Farmers Clubs, NFIFC. The monarch, 75, will succeed his mother, the late Queen Elizabeth II, in the role, which she held for 65 years. NFIFC Chair of Council Drew Bailey said, "NFIFC is honoured that His Majesty the King is our royal patron. His Majesty's commitment to young farmers' clubs reflects our proud history of 9 decades of developing rural young people's skills. As a former president of the National Federation, we are privileged to now have His Majesty serve as our patron. His Majesty's commitment to the countryside and the welfare of rural communities perfectly aligns with the mission of NFIFC and its clubs and counties. Much of our work focuses on developing rural young people's skills and raising awareness about opportunities in the sector." The Duchess of Edinburgh is set to remind people how important it is to cherish their eyesight when she makes an appearance on a CBeebies bedtime story. To be aired on World Sight Day, which is taking place on Thursday, the 10th of October, Specs for Rex is centered around a young lion named Rex who is reluctant to wear his glasses to school. The Duchess said in a trailer for the program, "Millions of us need glasses to see the world clearly. World Sight Day is a reminder to all of us to take care of our eyes, whether we need glasses or not. Our eyes are precious, and our sight is something to cherish and look after. So, let's remember to take care of our eyes this World Sight Day." James Middleton has revealed the characteristic that makes him most proud of his older sister, the Princess of Wales. He told US Weekly, "Catherine is very much on a public stage and I'm in awe of a lot of the things she does. I think the thing I'm most proud of is that she's still the same person that I grew up with." Mr. Middleton, 37, reflected upon his relationship with his sister and wider family in his new memoir, Meet Ella, the Dog Who Saved My Life. James Middleton reveals his therapy was easier for sisters Kate and Pippa than for their parents. As he promotes his new book, Kate Middleton's younger brother James Middleton revealed that family therapy sessions were easier for sisters Kate and Pippa Middleton and more challenging for their parents. Meet Ella, the Dog Who Changed My Life is out this week, and in it James details his struggles with depression, including how he almost succumbed to suicidal thoughts in 2017. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments, and most importantly don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.